Clevinger goes to South Side. You think he's going to show up clean cut? First question about the signing.
Ooh,
No,
be a power move.
I think he dives into it even more. Like that's his shtick, man. Like,
yeah, he wants to be like our generation's like Mark Fidry. Like he wants to be kind of like off the reservation a little bit. I think things are getting crazier before we will get a clean shaved like 35-year-old Mike Clevinger.
Okay.
But I think we're a few moons away from that.
oh, a Yankee Mike Clev.
Ooh.
Oh, the Yankees.
I mean, that's not fair to him. He'd expose. I don't know, man.
Well, he's got to pass a physical, last update said, and then he will earn over $8 million in guaranteed money from the Chicago White Sox. The most interesting part about this deal to me that I read on MLB Trade Rumors, written by Maury Aram. So thanks, Maury, is that Pollock, our good friend, had an $8 million option, and he did not take it. And the White Sox thought he was going to take that, which left them $8 million of money available. So in a way, if you're a White Sox fan, you can say this is found money. Now you can always spend found money differently, so you can still not like this if you don't like it. But that's kind of a fun little money back and forth. And why'd Pollock opt out? He just wanted out?
Wouldn't
I
you?
think he thinks he's gonna get more money.
I think he had I think it was a $3 million loss in the deal. So he said no to the $8 million, but he had a $5 million buyout. So he's like, I'm going to get more than $3 million on my next contract. So I guess it makes sense.
AJ Pollock. I forget I dreamed up the perfect team for him. He was going to go platoon with Jock Peterson and the Giants.
Oh,
so
love that.
I'm announcing that. I'm surprised by this number a little bit, and we still don't have the incentives yet, which I think this is going to be incentive-laden, because if you're Mike Clevinger taking a one-year contract and signing very early on in free agency, I'd assume there's a lot of incentives to this that we don't know. And the other thing that's throwing me off is Noah Syndergaard, who was coming back from Tommy John. Remember, he pitched in those 2 games for the Mets, and then he got the qualifying offer, and then he declined it, and then he got 1 year, 21.5 or whatever. I don't know. I didn't watch Mike Clevinger this year. I know his velo was down. I know his strikeouts were down, and all the bad things. But this was his first year back. That you'd assume that that's going to be coming back more and more. That I don't know. I guess the gap in my head right now between Noah Syndergaard, 1 year, 21.5.
That was an outlier. I mean, I was guffawed the new White Sox manager's name when I saw that Syndergaard deal.
Well, it happened. And either way, if you're Clevinger, your agent knows that happened, that if you'd think that there's a team that can also do that. And, it's not like, Noah Syndergaard got traded for last year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but it was just a crazy number.
That's where the Noah Syndergaard and the current information we have on Clevinger doesn't overlap enough yet.
I think Clev's got a lot of injury concern, and I think the Syndergaard contract is an outlier, so it's not one to be compared against, because that was a wild what the Angels did.
I agree with Jake. Like, we're gonna have to see the actual details of this. It's probably like a mutual option for a second year, so there'll be a guaranteed for next year, something like that.
Well, probably innings pitched or game started incentives. Like, it might be one of those for, if you get 10 games started, you get this many, and then if you get to 15, you get this, and then every start after 15, you get money. I love those deals.
That's where I wouldn't be shocked if this could double, if this could get to the 16 range with a 22 start season.
If it does, I like that way of getting to that number instead of just guaranteed. But he already came back. This is different. Like, Syndergaard hadn't even come back yet.
Yeah, and I think the White Sox are also banked on the fact, like, yes, he came back last year from Tommy John. There has been many examples of guys coming back right away from Tommy John, not having their velo, not being kind of like stretched out properly. Give him a complete off season, let him get his legs under him. And we could see the velo back up in spring training. I think it's a no-brainer signing for the White Sox, who still have like an incredible projected rotation, and I'm still going to be buying into them as well. The Angels and the White Sox are like the cookies I'm trying to avoid. Every once in a while, I'll sneak one in.
You take a bite.
They're not good for me.
Well, if they make you happy.
They do make me happy. So, I love the White Sox. And you know what I think about with Clev? he's like such a colorful dude. Do you think he thought like White Sox black like is a great backdrop for all my colors? I feel like he did think about that.
You think he'll pop a little more? Okay.
A lot of tie-dyes coming to Chicago. Just be ready for that.
Back in his old division, maybe he likes that about it too.
A little AL Central can get you
great
done
travel.
up right. And for me, I like the role for Clevinger. Like I think we could have been talking about a lesser team that was trying to like make Clevinger their 2 or 3 starter this year, and we'd be like, all right, yeah. I mean, maybe all the things we just said, like maybe his second year following Tommy John, and he'll tap back in because Mike Clevinger was really good. But for him, being the 4 or 5 with Cease, Lynn, Giolito, and Kopech, hey, get out there and twirl it. Like, make sure your arm is feeling good, and let's get you built up for that next contract for you. And White Sox fans are saying for the end of the season for them. So I think he's landed in a really good spot. So I don't know. Maybe just too over the top, Jakey optimist, and let's see the rest of the numbers. But it feels like a good fit for him. I want to see the rest of the contract pretty bad.
On the White Sox, like the reports that people have out there are that payroll probably isn't going up. We can debate the merits of that direction as a team, but given those constraints as a high-end potential move where he can end up, I like that.
Yeah, they said they're not going higher than what they were last year. So it's like 180, 185.
190.
Which makes the Pollock trade like maybe like this is how they were going to get pitching. I have no idea. So who else is out there for this money?
We don't know yet.
Especially with the upside. This is like the perfect deal of...
And they've turned pitchers around. I mean, Cueto was good.
It's the perfect, like, he gets to go to a team that's going to be competitive. And in a division, like, the Guardians are at the top of that division, but I don't think it's the door shut. So, like, a competitive team, and he doesn't have so much relying on him. Like you said, he's going to be in the back of the rotation, kind of getting his feet under him again. I think it's a perfect spot for him.
So the White Sox rotation is now Cease, Lynn, Giolito, Clev, and Kopech. How many of those 5 guys have had Cy Young votes? All but Kopech?
Did Kopech sneak any out last year? I don't know if
Clevenger's had Cy Young votes?
I thought he did in 2020.
I don't see it.
No, you know what it was? There was one year he had good odds. Like he was when we did
one of the favorites.
When we did our DraftKings, he was one of the favorites. I think it was like going into 2021 before he got hurt. So yeah, he didn't get.
I mean,
votes.
dude, he's had a really good run here. I mean, 2018, 200 innings at a 3.02. It's legit.
That is legit.
Take out his rookie year, every year besides this one where he comes back, it's an ERA plus above 140.
It's elite.
Well,
you're elite.
Yeah, you're elite. You're elite, Jake.
Have a good year. Even if the White Sox stink, get traded at the deadline and then go get paid. Paid.
Go to the Yankees. We want to see what you really look like.
And the Padres replaced Clev with Julio Terra. Oh, fuck. How do you say it? It's been a while since I've said this.
I think Tehran?
Braves fans are so mad right now because this is a name I used to butcher all the time. And then I figured it out, and then I haven't really talked about him in a while. Tehran. Okay.
Julio Tehran?
Tehran, yeah.
It's got a Y in there. I don't know.
There's a Y?
In the pronunciation.
Oh.
I think, Tehran.
Well, he's on the Padres now. Minor league deal. He was good for a little. Remember that?
He was really young when he came up. I mean, he's got 20 career WAR in the bank. That's like, 3 Trevor Plouffe? I mean, he was up at 20. He's 31 years old.
Tehran, like I said. Thank you.
Yeah. You're all over it.
And you were all over him, 1 for 3 with a walk against him.
Don't bring that weak shit.
Probably when he was really good too. Although someone told me that I'm being too cocky lately, I need to humble myself. So
Oh, okay.
He's a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't got to humble yourself. Those high school kids did it.
Oof.
The dad.
The dad, he was good.
But also another reason why I'm not so upset is because my dad, my brother, and I used to go run through that tournament. So it was like almost like I like this. It's a moment.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you have your dad and your brother play instead of bringing two major leaguers?
My brother couldn't come up, and my dad, his back not feeling good. So I had to put together this team. Let's just.
I mean, Teddy wasn't available. Teddy wasn't available.
Oh, dude, I'll show you guys this game. It's dangerous.
Okay.
Have you and your dad ever talked about Roman?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You pull your dad aside and say, "You want a better sex life?"
I got him some for Father's Day.
Yep.
Because Roman is here to help, Trev. It's the digital health clinic for men, addressing a variety of sexual health needs. That's a good sentence to tell your dad. Address a variety of sexual health needs and offering genuine medication that helps achieve and maintain a strong erection. It's a good goal. Roman offers their discreet wipes that help you last 4 times longer in bed. Holy smokes. They've got the T support. We've talked about that before. And best part of Roman, Trev, there's no waiting rooms and no hassle. It's straightforward digital experience from the comfort of your home. So how about this? To learn more about how you can achieve your personal sex health goals, go to ro.co/talkin. You'll get 20% off your entire first order. That's ro.co/talkin, ro.co/talkin. That'll be
your
really
goals.
Nice. My sexual health goals? Keep it 100.
I think you've messed up already.
I like it.
Hard D in the middle there.
100. Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, boy.